a bit of work and going through all that and getting that all edited out. You tell Craig, you see all them wee bits that look like I missed earlier, and be sure and edit them out.
Hey, what's the story of the day, Chrissy?
I just dropping grass and, you know, like crank yourself, grass fevers.
Living the dream.
Living the dream, chasing it, chasing the dream.
I suppose you've been champing at the bit all winter to get at this, have you?
No, I used to love it, but no. When the days at JB's grass and that there, here and there, that does me, it's more than enough.
I thought that was why you specifically went out and bought that tractor with some OJB's grass, no?
No.
So what did you buy her for then? Because you haven't got her a while long.
I bought her for a chipper, so I did. Well, have her now, you'd say a month. A little over a month, maybe 6 weeks. Good tractor now.
Pleased so far?
Pleased so far, it's doing well now.
Well, am I right in saying you want to look at a 10 series first, 1050?
I didn't. I talked about one.
Yes.
Me and Gareth talked about one. He knew the fella that was selling one in England, but she was a lot of money, so she was more than I could afford. And it would have been a great tractor for it now, to be honest with you. But then you couldn't have come here and done grass with it.
Aye, they don't come from PTO.
From PTO. Or that there, I had 1050. Not too many of them about either, so.
They're a big tractor, like they're clumsy, like.
They are a big tractor, so they definitely are a big tractor. But no, a 936, I'd say that this does everything I needed to do, so it does, to be honest. So if I ever went bigger, it'd be a 942, I'd say that would be as big as I would ever go now, to be honest with you. You can go, them big chippers, the big Musmax chippers, you probably need a 1050 on it, but mine's just sort of middle of the road. Chippers it is, she'll do up to 900 mil, so anything bigger than that, anybody wants to keep it for the fire anyway, so.
So what sort of notion did you take then? Oh, here, I'm going to go and start and chip wood the boys. Or how did Campbell Contractor come to be to start with?
Me and another contractor would do a lot of woodland trust, national trust work, laurel removal, all invasive removal, and I was always bringing a man in to do the chipping for me, but thought of myself I'd maybe try and do it myself. Something more than the digger. The digger just wasn't really enough anymore, so I wanted to try something a wee bit different, and I had an interest in the chipping because I always had boys there doing the chipping for me, and I sort of knew the run of it, and I thought I would give it a go myself.
So far so good then?
So far, I wouldn't have done a wild lot with it now. A couple of 1,000 ton maybe. Started out with an Xerian that the fella I bought the chipper off actually gave me out in trial. Great machine, just a wee bit thirsty, and wouldn't be just the luxuries of a 9 series Fendt either, to be honest with you.
You did tell me you were a Fendt man now.
Oh, I am a Fendt man. Since my dad brought Fendt into Northern Ireland in 2004, the time he was with Michael Derry's, I always was a Fendt man, so I was, so.
I would kind of look bad then if you weren't interested in them, then your dad's the main man to bring them in, like.
Well, he was back then, but now he's with class, so he probably would have rather had kept the Xerian, to be honest with you, but no, he knows I was always a Fendt man, always liked Fendts. Mine driving from the very start. 2004, I think Ryan Boggs bought the first one out of Michael Derry's. They're just, once you drive a Fendt, you don't really want to drive anything else. It kind of spoil you.
Well, that is the common saying, like anybody I ever be talking to, once they try a Fendt, they don't want to go back to anything else.
No, just the pity they're so dear, so expensive, like, but then sure, everything's expensive now.
Well, whenever you said the class was soar and diesel, like how much dearer or how much soar and diesel can she be that you have to go out and think about looking at a different tractor?
This here's about half the diesel. On the chipper there was a right bit in it in the chipper, but on the road it was night and day. This here, if you averaged it out over the whole lot, I'd say it's probably this here would run about half the diesel in the day than the Xerian. Xerian's great cab, great chipper tractor too, you know, just my chipping seems to be all over the place. You're sort of moving about every bit. Xerian had no big comfort in it, no big speed. And whenever she was on the road, that's whenever she was burning diesel. She was revving full of the clock on the road. As the chipper, she was only maybe 1650, 1700 RPM. I was using the roads maybe 2350, 2400 RPM, and just, she's pretty guzzling on the road now, so she was. But if you're probably sitting in the yard all day chipping timber, that would be a good tractor for that job.
Yes,
there's only maybe 10 or 15 litres an hour of difference then, and this and that there, but haulage is that expensive. Like, Xerians are not the handiest thing hauled about to, they're wild high, need a permit for them.
Yes.
So I'm told anyway, I don't know if that's right enough or not, but I'm told they're too high for your everyday run-of-the-mill shifting on a tractor and a loader, you know.
But even still, 15 litres an hour at the end of the day, that's still a brave bit too. Like,
it's a brave bit. Talking to a fella that does a bit of remapping, he says he remapped 936 for a fella that has a chipper, and he said it was doing 10 litres an hour less once it was mapped. But I don't know, I kind of wanted to leave this out tractor alone, try and keep it standard, if I could.
Have you dynoed her since you got her?
No, but the fella I bought her off got her dynoed said I think Scott was down one day, Scott Lilburn was down one day doing something else, and I dynoed a couple of tractors, so she was 360 on the knot, so she was.
All the horses are there anyway.
The horses are all there, yeah.
Well then, did the practicality side of things come into it too? Like an Xerian isn't the sort of thing you go and, put a set of triples onto a hand there, or go and put a silage trailer onto for a day.
No, they would be clumsy. They're clumsy, but believe it or not, with the four-wheel steer, they actually are right and handy getting out places, but just they're wide. Stuff like that, you just wouldn't have been setting out to hook the big Smith on there to go with a load of wood chip anyway. As this here, put this on the silage trailer, it's not silly looking on it, as the Xerian there they would be.
Well, seeing as you brought her up, you have the big Smith sort of out in like not a demo, but just sort of...
I love that big trailer, to be honest with you. I pulled it, I think the very first time I pulled it maybe 2 years ago. Pulled it 2 seasons at JB's Grass. Good big trailer now. Great big trailer. Good capacity with it for what it is, for the size of it. I run a job there along with Johnny Gamble's 2 big tri-axle canes. She had 2 ton more in her than the canes, and the canes were actually 2 foot longer, I think.
And I suppose she sort of has that overhang, over the drawbar too. That would actually hold a bit more than you think,
Aye, they do. That makes a wild difference. It does. A good big trailer, and they look the part too. Well made. I see a lot of them getting about too, and everybody seems to want them in the GRASSMEN colours. And honestly, that would be I wouldn't have any other colour either, to be honest.
We're not forgetting her back. That's what you're saying, then.
No, she'll hopefully stay.
You have an emotional attachment there now, you can't just let her go.
I do, but my other half heard that I was thinking of buying a silage trailer. Oh my god, I would nearly need to buy a caravan to live in. So I would.
It depends, even emotional attachment more too, the wife for the trailer.
It's tight. Good for that there wood chip, because wood chip wasn't that powerful heavy. Nice and light, so you have the capacity there to get a decent thing. You're running the mill normal wood chip would be 18 ton. If it was maybe wet or green of itself, you maybe up around 20 ton. And I have it on the 820. It's not ideal in the 820, so it's not like, but she works with the very best.
So what sort of horsepower do you need to drive that chipper?
She runs from between 280 horse and 380 horse, I think, is the recommendations of it. But they say keep a good set of knives in her, keep her running like that, and you can put as much horsepower as you want to. That's what Ben tells me. I bought her off Ben Price over in the UK. He's the Musmac dealer for UK and Ireland. Aye, nice fella, really nice fella, really helpful. Couldn't do enough for you. And no matter what, a couple of nights there I was chipping, and it could have been 2 o'clock in the morning. I rang him on Friday night, and he answered the phone then, to be fair, and he got me going again. So that speaks a lot. That's why I wanted to buy off a dealer, make sure I had that kind of backup to say, give me that there class tractor, Xerian, to try it out to get me started.
So where did this lady come out of then?
She's originally an Arble tractor out of the South of England. I bought her off KCT Tractors down South Ireland. Not a big massive dealer by any means, just more like a hobby to him, and buys a couple of tractors at the time there, and goes out and buys good stuff. I bought the tractor off, and good history and stuff with it, this wee tractor. In 2 of these, a 2013 one and this 2015 one. And so I'm down to the pick of the 2 of them, and there's not much less hours, but there's less hours in this one. It was up the years a wee bit, it's a bit younger, so it was. So asked him to change a wee of things off the other one on that passenger seat you're sitting on. I asked him to do that too, but he says, don't push my luck. So
I may get on them then for last year. So.
The other one had a real nice passenger seat in it, and he changed the front rims for me and he put a set of wheel weights on it. It was a bit of a luck penny for me.
Well, then it might be more beneficial to you than a passenger seat now, to be honest.
Aye, it would be. Well, I wanted the wheel weights just sort of to have for the 820. The wee 820 gets a handy now. I used to do all the mowing and stuff with it, but she's sitting at home with the Smith hooked on there. She could do it. She'll be here tomorrow in a wreck, I'd say.
So what other sort of services do you do then? Is it all wood chip now at that stage, or do you do anything else?
No. I started out with the digger, still have the digger there. My winter period probably my busier time with the digger. Doing the work for it, removing the laurel and doing all that there sort of work. Just doing all the digger work, doing the mulch and the shear work, the gravel work. We'd cut it all out and then forward it all out with diggers and stack it roadside for the chipper. So usually this time of year I would do a bit of farm work for farmers, draining, digging tanks, that sort of stuff, but like farmers wouldn't just be spending the money at the minute, say.
And do you have any boys working here, or are you sort of one-man band?
Oh, one-man band. No interest, absolutely no interest in having men. Not too many of these young boys really want to stick to ours, is the problem.
No,
getting boys, especially if you're working away. I done a job in Donegal there, and I think I stayed in every hotel in Letterkenny. Just knowing whatever one was free that night, I went to it. If you had somebody working, they'd be looking home.
So how many acres have you to drop here for?
I think all over about 220, 230, I think, here, so great. That weather would last. It was more than last night, but we got rained off at 9:30. It wasn't even a heavy shower, but the farmer didn't want any more done. There'll be a big push this week. They're talking about rain next week, so.
Well, going back to this here versus the 1050, like the likes of your front PTO, I know it's not maybe a wild important thing to you normally, but the fact that you have it now, the likes of whenever, like the likes of Ryan Boyle rings you, can you come and hook my mowers on and go mow? Is that not an advantage to your business as such?
Okay. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't want to be out mowing all the time because the chipper's the thing needs to be going. Every year your boiler will give you a wee bit, they'll be under a bit of pressure, or he hasn't got enough tractors in the yard to do the work, and they know I can't say no's the problem. They ring you and they'll be like, I haven't really time, but right, go on ahead. Plus you get peace then, you don't have to listen to the other half. Go out there ringing, when are you going home?
Would you stop talking about the wife? Because I'm going to have to do wild editing to this video to make you look good if you keep on.
Oh no, she knows the crack. To be fair there now, I can't say a bad word about Nicole, to be honest with you. I don't see the lanes too much, and she does her brave bits, and she does, so. Going on holiday next week now, so it'd be nice to get away.